Everything in this video can be found on a public domain, and the full disclaimers down below. Welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. I wish you lots of love and many blessings. Hey y'all, I'm super worried about this child named Summer Wells. She went missing 27 days ago, 3 hours west of me. If you're not familiar with Summer Wells, let me share it with you really fast. On the 15th of June, her parents reported her missing. There are so many discrepancies, there's so many contradictions, and there's so many holes in this story coming from every direction regarding this family and their friends. This is the mother. Her name is Candace Bly Wells. Her dad is Donald Wells. Summer has 3 brothers that are older, and her grandmother sitting here is named Candace Harrer. Candace Harrer has a partner by the name of Rose Meyer. And in 2009, Rose Marie Bly, Candace, the grandmother's daughter, went missing. She has yet to be found. She vanished from St. Croix, Wisconsin. There's a family friend by the name of David Dotson. There's another friend of the family by the name of Allison. Her son is a 15-year-old Hunter. Hunter is Candace Bly Wells, the mother's quote-unquote homie. Every now and then, they'll spend time at the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Kingsport, Tennessee. This woman is named Miss Robin. She's the Bible school teacher for Summer. Hawken County Dispatch received 2 911 calls regarding the missing Summer Wells on the evening of June 15th. One from the mother and one from the dad. Donald Wells was supposedly working an hour away from the home when he learned his daughter was missing through Candace. Y'all, he said that he beat the police to his home by 15-20 minutes. While Donald was working an hour away doing drywall, he received a phone call from Candace letting him know, Summer is not here. We can't find her anywhere. She's been missing for 10-15 minutes. He went on to say that he told Candace to hang up and call 911. Donald hit 911 before Candace did. He said the reason it took Candace a little bit of time to call 911 is because she had to walk over to her mother's camper and grab the phone. I found that entire situation weird, considering, hey, what were they having a conversation on? Or were they face to face? Was he really at work a full day that day? Now listen, I'm not trying to jump to conclusions, and I'm not trying to pass judgment. But some things they say make no sense whatsoever. Going back, he did brag on the fact that he beat the police there by 15 or 20 minutes, working an hour away. Candace's story is this. At around 10 to 10:30 that morning, she went and picked up her homie, the 15-year-old Hunter. Now, supposedly, she and Hunter's mother, Allison, had a falling out over a man by the name of Jose, and we'll get to him shortly. And they were not on speaking terms, supposedly. Not on speaking terms, yet this mother allows her son, who's underage, to go off with his almost 40-year-old homie, leaving her 3 sons at home. So it was just herself and Hunter along with Summer, and they were en route to the emergency room to pick up her mother, who had some sort of a knee ache. They picked the mother up from the emergency room, went to Walgreens and dropped some prescriptions off. Walgreens said it would be quite a few minutes. Nobody knows exactly where the grandmother was at this time. I've heard all sorts of things, and we'll get to that later. Mom Candace thought it would be a good idea to go to Warrior Park. It was like a direct shot across from Walgreens, and go swimming for a few minutes. Now, 15-year-old Hunter admitted to his mom, Allison, while they were there at Warrior Park, swimming, killing time, they had a twisted tea or 2, and took part in some vaping. And even though he told his mother he only had 1 twisted tea, there's been a man since go down there, just some individual, and he took video footage, it's online, of several twisted tea cans littered all throughout the area they had been swimming in. So if I was to put money on it, I would think he had maybe more than 1 twisted tea and a little buzz going. And I'm assuming once they vaped all they wanted to vape and the twisted tea ran out at some point, they loaded back in the car, went to Walgreens, picked up the prescriptions, and headed towards the grocery store. And according to Hunter, he and little Summer stayed out in the back seat of the car watching TikTok videos while Grandma Candace and Mama Candace went inside. Allison, who happens to be Hunter's mother, like I said in the introduction, she found that to be weird considering Granny Candace's knee was hurting. But let's face it, every bit of this is weird. The channel Unmasked is where you can catch the full interview from Allison, Hunter's mother. According to Allison, it was around 2 or 2:30 when Hunter came back with Candace, the grandmother, and Summer. She walked out to the car and seen little Summer sleeping. She asked the mom, Candace, "Can I give her a quick hug?" The mom said no. She had to get home. There was milk in the car. She did roll the window down a bit on the side Summer was kind of propped up against. Allison found it strange that the child didn't wake up to the sound of her voice any other time she would have. This is a screenshot from a very small video that's online. This is the very last image of little Summer Wells before she was reported missing. Everything about this very short video to me is very strange and eerie. You can hear, what I hear is the grandmother's voice when Candace, the mom who's driving, asks, does she still have her arm up? And it sounds like the grandmother is kind of stressed out. She said no. And she goes, oh, that's what I wanted a picture of. Now, this picture has been dissected in every direction online. And somebody has proven that this child's eyes were cracked open. Now, I can't say one way or the other about the eyes being cracked open because my husband happens to sleep with his eyes cracked open. Ooh, it's still weird. Now, from my point of view, from my perspective, looking at the picture, I see a lot of questionable things. I don't want to put it out there because I don't want to, try to sway anybody one way or the other. I'm just going to say I get a very eerie, cold feeling from this picture. And besides that, on a hot day, I don't know many children that could sleep with their temple pressed up against ice cold milk and truly be comfortable. Now, according to Allison's son, Hunter, he said that she was asleep on their way home. Now, once he's dropped off, it's another 45 minutes, according to Allison, to the house. A few days after Summer was reported missing, the parents, Donald and Candace, decided to sit down with a news journalist in their yard and tell exactly what happened. Candace went on to say once they got home, she, her mother, Candace Sr., and Summer were planting flowers. When they were finished, they washed their hands up, and little Summer wanted to get a piece of candy from Grandma. After she got her piece of candy from Grandma, she asked her mom if she could go inside and hang out with her brothers. The distance between Grandma's motorhome and their house is probably 15 feet from door to door, 20 at most. To make sure that Summer got into the house safely, Mama Candace said that she walked her halfway through, the little walkway and watched her go in the back door. According to dispatch, this is the time where it was reported that Mama Candace went for a walk. I heard another story that Mama Candace was helping with the knee brace belonging to Candace Sr., the grandmother. Due to bears and snakes and coyotes, Mama Candace said she wouldn't walk or run anywhere in that area. Now, according to Mama Candace, she comes back over in 2 minutes and she asked the boys, "Where's your sister?" And they replied she wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys in the playroom. And she said, okay. From there, she hollered down the stairs for Summer twice. She didn't get a reply from Summer, and that was quite unusual. Summer always replied. So she made her way downstairs to the basement in the playroom, and she said it was just empty. Summer was nowhere to be found. She was gone. Parents, both of them, are adamant that she was kidnapped, abducted. Now, according to Candace, they all went searching for her in the yard, hollering for her for about 10 minutes before she ended up calling Donald. And Donald said, hang up and dial 911. Go get the phone from your mom. While you're getting the phone, I'll call. And Donald made the first 911 call reporting her missing. And then Candace followed up with her own, phone call to 911. They have said on many occasions that they believe somebody came up the driveway and abducted their daughter. Now, they have at least 20 dogs, according to neighbors and friends, and these dogs would make a ruckus if somebody came up that driveway. Now, it's clearly visible from where the motorhome is and where the house sits. Why they didn't see somebody, why they didn't hear the dogs, I don't know. And I believe it was Candace, the mom, who had reported seeing a red truck, like a Toyota Tacoma, sitting down at the bottom of the driveway with a full ladder rack on top and white buckets in the back. So everybody is on the lookout for this red Toyota Tacoma. There was a point in this interview the journalist asked, why was Summer's head shaved? Sitting side by side, Candace started the story. She went on to say, I'm a tomboy. She's a tomboy. She sees her brothers get their heads shaved. She's seen that I shaved my head. She wanted hers shaved too. Daddy Donald, he had a different story sitting right next to his wife. He said after Summer seen her brothers have their head shaved, she started gapping up her head with the shavers. And so they had to just go ahead and zip it all off. And to make her feel better, Mama Candace went ahead and shaved her head to match her daughter's. Let me tell you what bothers me about that, okay? That man is sitting right next to his wife listening to what she's saying the reason behind this baby having a shaved head is. And it's like he is so adamant on his tale, his story, his lie, that he didn't even listen or comprehend what his wife said. He had already had it in his mind that he was going to give this answer. Well, she wanted to, be like her brothers and gapped up her head, so we went ahead and shaved it. And to be sweet and loving and make her feel good about herself, her mama went ahead and shaved her own head. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be judgmental. There's just too much wrong with this. And if I'm proven wrong, I'll apologize, but I don't think I'll have to. The mom went on to say, I don't think that Summer walked off of this property by herself. I don't think she left by swing. Now, I can't say for sure, but it did seem like the mom may have been on a nerve pill or two. She had very delayed reactions. At one point, she rolled her eyes and they went in opposite directions. I'm not kidding. They both went on to say that we miss her, we loved her. She was the light of our life. She was our angel. She was the center of our world. Everything seemed past tense to me. And I get it. That's a common mistake people make all the time. I'm guilty of it myself. And they were kind of eager to wrap this up, you could tell. But the question was thrown out there by the journalist. Hey, Summer's not the first in your family to go missing, right? Can you tell us about your sister Rose? Now, when the mother Candace started talking about Rose going missing, you can clearly hear in the background the dad saying, watch it. Watch it. Like there's nobody but them sitting there. It blew my mind. And Candace caught that, and she was quick to make it short and sweet. But what she did, and maybe didn't realize it, is she lumped her missing sister in with Summer, or Summer in with her missing sister. She said, I hope they find Rose too. I hope that they bring Rose home safely too. Her sister Rose went missing in 2009. And even though she did seem a little out of it to me, a lot out of it, she was coherent enough to distance herself in that sentence from her sister going missing. It's almost like she wanted to make sure that they did not connect her with her sister, in the same area when the sister went missing. She said, oh yeah, I was between Wisconsin and Arkansas when she went missing. I believe Arkansas is what she said. And it's just my own opinion that I felt like she was literally trying to distance herself, remove herself from her sister's area when her sister went missing. And like I said earlier, she couldn't get out of that conversation fast enough, especially after her husband said, watch it. So she wrapped it up by saying, I hope they find her and bring her home too. Doesn't it seem like she's lumped her missing daughter in with her missing sister? And if they'll find one, they'll find the other? That's what it sounds like to me. Now, according to their friend Allison, Hunter's mom, Candace doesn't really have feelings for her sister Rose. Allison said that she heard her say to her mother, quit crying, the bitch is dead. How could anybody say that? About your own flesh and blood. So the interview ends. Meanwhile, Donald Wells, the dad, is all over Facebook. And if you go back and check his history, he's not made a post since April. Every one of his posts on Facebook have something to do with politics or religion or child trafficking. He's adamant that the child is far, far away. It's almost like he's trying to mislead people. Don't look around here. You're not going to find her near us. She's nowhere near us. She's far, far away. He's on there preaching to people, telling people to get right. You know, the time is now. Find God. He's not really talking about, y'all please help me. Where do I start looking? You know, he's not involved the way he should be involved as a parent. But who am I to judge? I've never been in his position. I will tell you this. I made one comment, and it ticked him off enough out of thousands of people dogging him down. He chose my comment to make a threat towards me. I posted on his wall that law enforcement and the FBI and TBI have announced that they're watching social media like a hawk. He took my comment, y'all, out of every bit of the negativity that he's receiving, and he made a threat towards me. Why would that send him over the edge? He doesn't know if I'm male or female. I use a fake name, of course. I have no pictures. Everything's private. That Facebook page is not personal. It's simply for research reasons. That's why I have it. He sure dropped his religion with a quickness to threaten to whip my ass. Which, by the way, Allison said that he's not a religious man on an average day. He hides behind God. He uses religion to his benefit. And she's not the only one to say that. His biological sister came out and said the same exact thing. His biological sister came out and said quite a bit, actually. She insinuated a lot happened between Donald and herself growing up, and it wasn't good things, and that she wasn't the only one, and she felt that maybe Summer had gone through it also. Because I'm trying to stay in sequence here, I don't want to get into that in this video. We'll revisit that in the next video to come. Now, before I forget, I wanted to also include this. The news journalist, when they had the interview in their yard, she asked them, how are the boys doing? Are they handling this okay? And it was almost like Candace was going to try to tear up when answering this question. That would be the very first time I've seen any kind of emotion come from her since any of this started. She tried welling up tears in her eyes, and she said they're waking up hollering for their sister. They really miss her. They keep asking questions. They want to know when she's coming home. Now, the next time that they speak to the news crew, it's just Donald Wells and one of his sons. And when he was asked that time how his children were holding up, he said it was amazing. He's never seen anything like it, especially the youngest son. It's like they haven't missed a beat. They're handling it very well. It's almost unexplainable to him. He goes on to try to give the idea that Summer would have never walked off by herself. Somebody definitely has her, and they took her far away. And on the 23rd of June, he told the news people that he and his wife both passed a lie detector test. And this is where it gets even messier. We'll talk about that in part 2. I do pray they find this child. I do. Alive and well. If you've seen Summer Wells or think you have, or you have a valid tip, please report it to this number, 1-800-TBI-FIND. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I'll see you soon, and we'll talk fast. Please stay and be blessed.